All right, Bomb Squad, welcome to a landmark TNT episode 70, Saturday show on a Saturday, which has become, this is like 3 weeks in a row. We're doing Saturday shows on a Saturday.
Yeah, we've had busy weeks, and we want to make sure we get you guys, your one promised episode. So, this is the only time we can do it, and that's what we're going to do.
Exactly. Bada bing. So you got out of work early today? Good for you.
Yeah, I skipped out of there. Good. So, and between getting out early today and then tomorrow, I don't have to be until 1 o'clock. So I have like a full
That's even worse, though. I would hate that.
I know, but I get to sleep in, which I'm not gonna be able to do at all next week. So like I get like a solid 26 hours off, or like 25 hours of just like no work. So that's like that doesn't happen very often for me.
Yeah, I mean, like going to work on a full breakfast and a full lunch, and then going to work, like that sucks. I'd rather fucking earlier than later like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not gonna be like physically working. We have to count the whole store, which
it's even worse.
Yeah, but I'd rather do something like that than have to like wake up early and lift heavy shit in the cold. Like it's not as bad. Like it's gonna suck, but it's not as bad.
Gotcha. All right. Well, have fun with that tomorrow.
I will.
So today, our Saturday show, we're gonna start off with a classic 4-pack of questions, and then we will jump into our world famous segments. So with that, hit it, Kane. All right. So I kind of just went off the cuff with these questions here today for this Saturday show. So this first one was just like a random debate I decided to bring back up today for no reason with people, just to see where they're at with it. Yeah. So do you think the Redskins should have to change their name?
I personally don't, but I'm not really the right person that you have to ask. I'm not offended by it.
Well, yeah, because you're not a Redskin.
We're just a couple of white guys. Hey, easy. Yeah.
See, you can't use it like that.
We're into the trap. Couple white guys talking about racial issues. No, I mean, listen, I could understand if they would be upset because, like, imagine if there's a team just called like the Blackies.
Yeah, something. that's the main thing I get from people when they say like it's so blatantly racist. Like my thing is like I brought it up because of this whole disabled list thing. I knew we were going to do a adrenaline shot, but we'll find something else because this needs to be talked about.
Yeah.
I never even once thought when I heard like he's going on the disabled list or he's going on the DL, I never thought of people like in wheelchairs, like this is not like.
No, I mean, and the thing is like disabled is like the politically correct term.
Right.
Like it's not like, I mean, like part of my, like, it's not like you're saying, oh, he's on the retarded list or something.
So they're saying like, this guy, he like hurt his shoulder. He's going on the disabled list. Like people are just like, he's not actually disabled. Look at me. Like this is offensive to me. I can't even walk. And you're calling this guy disabled because he hurt his arm and he's out for 15 days. Is that what this whole argument is about? You kidding me?
I guess I've never heard anyone make that like argument though. That's the thing is like I get on, we're supposed to be sitting here focusing on whether the DH should be added to the NL or pace of play kind of shit. And this is what
we're doing. Yeah. It's like, and the whole thing is, since I never thought of it like this, now that it's a huge issue, whenever somebody goes on the new IL, I'm going to be thinking about disabled people. It's an opposite effect. I was never going to think of it.
No, I never did, and I never would have. I'm still going to call it the DL though, out of principle.
You have to call it the DL.
Yeah.
Like especially for fantasy baseball owners, when you open up your team and you're like, you have people on the Colorado Rockies games that are on at 10:30 that you'll never watch. When you wake up and you see he's on the IL, you're going to have a fucking half-second heart attack if it's like an Arenado because it's going to look like he's on IR.
It's like IL,
for a second. IL. Oh my God. Is he ill? Is he on the IR? It's the DL.
Yeah.
The IL.
The IL. Get the fuck out of here.
But my whole point here too, going back to the Redskins, is that like when I see the Washington Redskins, I'm not thinking of like race or Indians or anything like that. Like I know it's a derogatory term, but like I think of a historical franchise. You can only be offended if you're not a fan of the NFL, I guess, because they're one of the richest franchises in the entire league.
Somehow, I don't know how, but yeah, somehow they are. It's again, and probably because it's been around for so long. Like if this came out today, like if they started this franchise tomorrow, like we're gonna call it the Redskins.
You can't exactly.
That definitely wouldn't fly. But yeah, again, like we're not the right people to be upset about it because again, like I've never been called a Redskin in my life. But it's
like imagine like seeing like running into an Indian and you just like call him a Redskin, like. Is that like calling somebody the M word? I have no idea. If it is, I mean, like it's still bad. And going like, like I said, you get that argument back where it's like it might as well be called like the N words, like it's that to the Indians.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, but no, it's not, because like no, I don't remember any history of where like Redskins or Indians were like completely oppressed, other than Columbus, and I don't know.
Yeah, it's not a great history. But what about the Indians, right? I mean, technically, like calling them Indians isn't the right thing. It's like
because they're not from India.
Columbus just was like, oh, this is India. You guys are Indians.
Like, no, we're not. It's still Indians, thousands and thousands of years later.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I mean, I don't think they should have to change, and I don't think they're going to change.
Right.
Because you know what it is. Also, it's unfortunate is there's just not enough Native Americans for them to like cause a big enough of a stink.
Right.
Exactly. Like, if there was the same amount of Native Americans as there were black people in America, it would have been changed already.
I feel like it's just a whole bunch of people. Like it's the outrage people that we always like bring up on Twitter. Yeah. They just look and they speak on behalf of people that they're not. They're just like, they should be offended by that. And
they're just like, I don't really care.
I don't watch football. Like it's not really part. I'm an Indian. I'm very like, in touch with my soul. Like, I have like a very nice life. I don't hear about the NFL, but they're like, no, this is offensive. You should be hurt by this. Like Dan Snyder changed the name. Like, we've been the Washington Redskins since like 1950. Like, no.
It's like, listen, I'm just going to go to my day job at the casino and I'm going to sell knockoff cigarettes and I'm going to enjoy my life. I don't care about football.
Well, yes. I'm not going to give you an over the line there, but it's true. It's a nice life. But I mean, still, I would never be thinking about these things unless people brought it up and start fighting against each other on Twitter and on the news. It's just like, this was never an issue. Why are we making it one? Stop it. Yeah, people are just like, they think of it as cleaning up the country. It's like, no, just shut up.
And look, I'm never going to sit here and defend the Redskins. I'm not. Right. I'm not going to say, well, they have the right to. No, I don't care. Like, I don't care either way. It's just like, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
It's not. But some people are just fucking.
Yeah. Then again, we're just two white guys talking about racial issues. So I don't know.
Yeah. We're probably wrong, but even though we gave both sides.
Yeah.
All right, let's get out of there. Let's go to question number 2 here. What do you associate with American culture the most?
Excess, just extra everything, over the top, abundance. Just like, oh, you like that burger and those fries? Well, 50 cents more will give you double of everything. Yeah. It's just like extra everything. Lavish money, lavish spending. People trying to buy things that they can't afford because it's supposed to be like, oh, this is the American way. We got a house we can't afford, a car we can't afford, have more kids than we can afford. It's just the American way. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that's the depressing things. I wasn't looking for that, but you're right.
That's what first comes to mind, and that's what it is.
Excess, just people getting 4 scoops of ice cream instead of like back in the day when it was just 1.
Yeah. I want 4 scoops. I want brownie bites. I want a hot fudge. Give me sprinkles, gummy bears, M&Ms. I want Oreo crumbles, more sprinkles.
You're like a double baconator or a triple baconator? Triple, please.
Make it a quad. Make it quadruple.
Can you do a quadruple? Can I go off menu? It's like, yeah, we can.
And I'll take a son of baconator on the side.
Yeah, but you're not wrong at all. All right, so I have. That's right, Budweiser.
It's a good one.
Budweiser kind of just encapsulates everything, like, because like I want to say football, but like, what about baseball? Baseball is so part of our culture. And then it's just like hot dogs too, and burgers, like we were just talking about, like, and the excess thing. But like Budweiser just kind of is it has its hands in all of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it's embedded in the culture.
It's the king of beers. Like America, we love our power. Like, and it's not even close to being the king of beers. Like, it's just marketed that way. Like, people, if you go to like Europe and ask for Budweiser, they'll probably spit at you. But like, it doesn't matter. Like, nobody else took that throne. They were just like, we're the king of beers.
They're like, look around. Did no one claim that?
Nobody sitting here on the throne? All right, dibs.
Pop a squat.
Bang. King of beers. And as you know, I used to be a big Budweiser guy myself.
Yep.
Nothing but Budweiser.
Yeah.
But, as you get older, the pounds they start packing on quick from Budweiser. It's so heavy, it's right aligned with American culture. The excess,
There you go. I mean, the Budweiser, Bud Light. I kind of, they're together. I kind of keep them, same company and everything. But I don't know if you've heard this. This might ruin it for you. But Budweiser is actually from Germany originally.
Oh, I know. Anheuser-Busch.
Okay. All right. Just making sure you know. I didn't want to like.
Yeah. Oh, you try to bring up the taint that it's not an all-American beer like Coors. Well,
that's the beautiful thing about America. Nothing is American.
Yeah.
It always comes from somewhere else.
Well, yeah. Like they're really creative out there. It's like, you're a rich guy who likes art, but you can't paint.
Yeah. That's the best part of America is we just take all the best things from the rest of the world and we just make it more excessive.
It's not our fault that China invented the Furby first. I still want one.
What a callback.
Furbies? Oh man, Furbies were. My Furby was a disaster. I got like a retarded Furby. Pardon my French. It wouldn't shut up. And I'll never forget in first grade. That's like How old are we in first grade? 7?
Like 6, 7, yeah.
So like I remember it like it was yesterday. That's how fucking vivid the Furby is.
20 years ago.
20 years ago, I had a Furby, and I was one of the last people in on it. Everybody else pretty much had them, and they were hard to find. It was like finding a Turbo Man. That's why it took so long. Like me and my dad went out like on a search to go find Furbies, and back in those days, you couldn't just like look on the internet where they were. You had to like go look at each toy store and say, "You got Furbies? Nah, sold out. Next one." He was a great dad about that. So I got this one. It was like we had to have gone an hour into our trip to find one, and we found one, and I brought it to school the next day. Big mistake. I realized when I brought it that nobody brings their Furbies to school. You just kind of like see them after school.
Yeah.
And it was in my backpack, and like the teacher's trying to teach my Furbies, just making a fuss in the closet, the cubbies where you put your backpack.
Yeah.
It's just like making all the Furby noises, just like, I don't know, sounds like an idiot. Teacher's just like, what is that? And some girl was just like, it's Thomas's Furby. And she was like, go. And I had to like go try to turn it off, but there was no off button with the Furbies. Like, I don't know if anybody else remembers that. There was no like look at the bottom and switch it off. You had to like take the batteries out, but you couldn't take the batteries out without a screwdriver. It wasn't the flick ones off.
Yeah. So
the only way to put a Furby to sleep is to put your hand over its eyes, and like it could somehow kind of sense it, and it would fall asleep. So I was sitting there trying to do that in the closet, and it wasn't falling asleep.
Yeah.
And it was just causing a scene. And then I realized how much of an idiot I look like by having a Furby as a guy. As I was standing over with my hand over its eyes, trying to fucking make the thing stop crying. It's like trying to get your like 5-month-old kid to stop freaking out in church, But yeah, Furbies. Where did that come from again? What were we talking about? Everything comes from China. Yeah. Yeah. But
Furbies, yep.
Everything, the good stuff is exported. Even though Budweiser is manufactured in the United States, yes, I get it. They're owned by a German country, but is what it is.
That's fine.
All right. Yeah. All right. Question number 3 here. What was your proudest moment as a student?
So let's take it back. Junior year American history class, right?
Look at that.
So I was, as you know, I'm a bit of a history buff.
No big deal.
And like honestly, all the stuff I learned in that class, or like was taught to me in that class, I had learned on my own, just like for fun.
Yeah,
like throughout my life. So, and for some reason, everyone in my class was a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I was one of those guys.
Yeah. So, like the way the class worked was, she gave you like, I don't know, like a bunch of questions for homework, like every day throughout the week, and then once a week she give you a homework quiz where she would pick like 3 random questions and you have to write like your answers out for them. Like you couldn't look at your book, so it wasn't like you could answer them on the spot. You had to just go through your notes.
Yeah, I
figured out what kind of questions she would ask. So
give me an example of one. Can you remember one?
She usually wouldn't do like multi-part questions. I don't remember exactly off the top of my head, but there were certain kinds of questions, and usually wasn't like too deep into it. Like would kind of. Yeah. So I kind of figured out I would do like, instead if there was 5 questions, I would do like the 2 that I thought she would pick. And so I would get good at that. So I did that. And then the tests were easy as fuck. And I would always get like 100 on them, but everyone would always get like 40s.
Yeah. Getting 100 on a quiz or a test is something. That's like running all the way through Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
And so here's the thing though, is like she used to curve everyone's grade, but since I had 100 for like 3/4 of the year, I had like 140 average.
Oh,
because like I would just like get 100 on everything, and she would just like.
And this is back in high school when you had to get the number grade.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. So she would like bump everyone like up 40 points, like 30, 40 points, and I would already have 100, so I get bumped up even more. And I used to just not take notes. I'd sit there, my arms folded,
just listen,
and stare at the you know the presentation, the PowerPoint. And so one kid one day wasn't taking his notes, and she was like, I forgot the kid's name. It's like, take your notebook out, take notes. Well, how come Anthony doesn't have to take notes? It's like, because he has 140 average. That's why. I was just, yep.
He's like, what's up? That's a junior year too. You probably look real like a nerd. Did you still wear glasses?
No, I mean, I didn't start wearing glasses till college, honestly.
Oh, okay.
But
I was gonna be like, if I was in that class, I'd be like, 4 eyes.
But yeah, I mean, it wasn't like, I mean, it was really just history. Like the rest of the classes, I mean, I'm not to toot my own horn. I think I'm kind of smart. I didn't really try at all in high school. Like I didn't study for any tests. Like I just kind of went in and winged it. And I came out with like, overall like an 85 average.
Neither did I, because I knew a lot of my friends were like that. Like Aaron, shout out James Aaron. He's one of the kids who just like could kind of just go in and reasonably get through multiple choice questions. I would just like take the lead and not study. I was the kid who was getting like a 39 out of 100 on a midterm. The teacher's just like, Jesus, you didn't study. I was like, yeah, I busted. How come they can do it?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I just kind of,
I would love that.
Yeah. That was my bright and shining moment. I still remember that to this day.
Man. So mine is also junior year of high school. I can't remember if I told it on the show. I'm going to tell it anyway. Just let me know if this is going to sound redundant. Okay. So I had an English teacher junior year who hated my guts. He was a well-known, like, you don't want to have this this teacher when you were a sophomore. Like you don't want Signorelli. So I got him, and that was when I started smoking weed, and I kind of became like a little bit of an asshole. And in his class, like,
cool, right?
Yeah, like what'd you say?
So you were just too cool for school at that point.
I wasn't too cool for school. I just like looked at everything as a joke.
Okay.
Like I wasn't like a class clown, but like this is junior year English was like, we had to start doing Shakespeare, and Shakespeare is like the worst.
The worst.
He's so awful.
He's the worst. He's such an asshole. He would just make up words. He would just like do shit that didn't even make sense. Like, and he just write like an asshole. No one spoke like that.
And like the teacher hated me so much because I like hated Shakespeare. Like it wasn't okay to just like be like, I think he sucks. And he's just like, you're like an asshole. Like he'd be like, Tommy, you're an asshole, basically. I'm like, what's wrong with like saying that Shakespeare is an asshole? It's a fucking reasonable opinion. But like we had to watch the movies, and like one of the actors who played Macbeth looked exactly like Goose Gossage. And I said that, I leaned to my buddy. I was just like, yo, Macbeth looks exactly like Goose Gossage. And he heard that. He paused the movie and just reamed me out in front of the whole class. I was sitting there just like, he does. He looks like, have you seen Goose Gossage? Like, I wasn't trying to be that funny. I just like whispered it to him. Like, I guess I got him at the wrong moment.
If this guy is that into Shakespeare, he probably doesn't know who Goose Gossage is. Just saying.
That's what happened, because he thought I was like referring to like a nursery rhyme or something, because Goose Gossage is a pretty absurd name. Yeah. But he had the same mustache and everything, so I was just like, he looks like Goose Gossage, and he's just like, you know what, Evie? I'm so sick of your shit. I'm like, dude, chill. He was the worst. So he hated me the whole time. I was a pretty good student. This is English. This is the only class like I brought up I was pretty good at, only because I knew everything there was about grammar. When it came to literature, I would fail those tests. Yeah. So my grade total was like an 86, which is high for me compared to all my other classes.
That's good. That's solid.
But at the end of the year, you had to hand in a research paper that was worth 70% of your grade. And it was like the most massive thing. So you have to like do all the citing, like the MLA or whatever, the Chicago style.
Yeah, fuck those people.
Fuck Chicago. And everybody knows that this teacher is a total dick. And like for all the work that goes into it, like he's gonna like, take this really seriously. Yeah. It's like a beer league softball game, and this guy's like sliding in shorts and cutting himself up just to win, even though like there's nothing at stake. So I worked my ass off on it. And the day comes, like I said, it's worth 70% of your grade. He starts handing out the research papers back to kids, and it's like real quiet. Kid that's 2 desks in front of me and to the right, he hands it to him first, puts it on his desk, and I see the kid pick it up, and he got an 11. Oh. An 11 out of 100, 70% of your grade. He just like collapsed. The kid like fainted on the spot. I saw that and my heart sank too. Everybody saw it that was behind him. Like, that is just like, oh my God. There was no mercy shown. So he starts handing them out. One kid gets a 42, another kid gets a 37, and he's just handing out just L's all over the place. Like, you're dead.
Had a big smile on his face too while he was doing it.
He was just as serious as could be. Like, he was fucking like, a professor at Harvard,
Yeah. He was like a Grim Reaper just coming around.
Yeah. And you remember in junior year how much they drove into your brain, like, this is the most important year. Yep. Like, you can't get into college if you fuck up junior year. Like, that was just driven into your brain. To get an 11 on that paper is a career suicide. You won't have one. You're done. Like that. I'm pretty sure that kid is a failure at this point.
You might as well. Yeah. No, you're done. You're done at that point.
Yeah. Because I'm sure of a lot of the courses that, like, your colleges look at, English is probably one of the top couple, right? And you can communicate.
Like English, math, and like
history, probably, maybe.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
But so he's coming around and he drops my tests. I mean, my research paper on my desk, and it's upside down. I'm terrified to look at it. I've just, like, half of my classmates have been, like, killed. It was like we walked into Normandy and they just got picked off by machine guns, and I'm somehow alive.
You're just hiding behind the boat still.
Yeah, crying like, I can't believe it's this bad. Oh man. So then I flip it over. Guess what I got?
You got 100.
I got a 100.
Oh,
with an excellent job.
Wow. The period after the excellent and after the job?
Excellent job. What I did was exactly what he was looking for.
He was definitely, like, reading the papers, listening to, like, opera music, and all of a sudden he reads your paper and just stands up and applauds.
Yeah, he's like, of all the people in my class, genius. It was like he was testing me the whole time, even though I was like a little douche in his class. He saw the English skills, and, like, the research paper, I just crushed 100. People saw that, and it was like the same reaction where your teacher's like, he's got a 140 average. He doesn't have to take notes. People were just like, you got a 100. What? I was like, yeah. I was like, oh my God. I defeated Signorelli. The
kid who got an 11 was, like, picking your brain for
the kid who got an 11. He didn't even know I got 100. He was dead. Like, he was just like, I need to talk to somebody. Like, how do we get through this? Because this teacher is not the one to give mercy, you know? But yeah, anyway, that was a great day. Great day. Great moment in Tom Hebe history. All right. Question number 4. Quick. What's the first word that comes to your mind? Bosoms.
Portly.
What?
Like, someone's like portly, like they're kind of stout. He's like a portly fellow.
Like Joe?
Yeah, I guess Joe. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just like a round, stout, thick with 2 C's.
Like a right guard.
Yes, exactly. He's a portly fellow.
Portly. Okay. I don't know, bosoms. It's fun to do that with your brain. What's the first fucking thing that pops in there?
It's funny that you're always, like, bringing up bosoms and big old titties, but, like, you're gay.
Yeah, I know. So they're just funny words to me. I don't know.
That's fair.
Where, like, words like penis, dick, cock, those are sacred to me now. Sworn oath.
Don't you take those in vain.
Don't take dick in vain. All right, let's get to segments. Hit it, Taylor Hicks. First segment, horse race. Duh. Of course, with our Saturday shows, I really want to win this one. I've been losing money all morning. Put $50 in there, bet 3 races, pretty much lost it all. I was left with $11 for this race. But if I win this one, so I have $11 on a horse that's 11-1. So that's over $100, and he's got to win. We have a 1-9 favorite horse. In this race, 1-9. And if he doesn't win this race, then what a joke the odds makers are. But I was telling you, I was watching races all day. None of the fucking favorites were winning.
Yeah, but none of them were favored this much.
No, but I've seen some 2-3 guys that, like, came in 5th place. So, and you have the one horse to show?
Yeah, Vagabond Princess.
You write down the odds?
I think it was 7-1.
7-1.
Something like that.
Okay. 9-2 I have yet. Oh wait, no, that's Santa Anita. All right. We're at Gulfstream. So all right. So this is 5 horse. That's right. All right, $11. This could be massive.
Racing in the Swanee River Stakes. Rinska was away very well, but Valedictorian.
Valedictorian, that's my guy. Valedictorian out in front.
Big lead. My horse is all the way in the back.
You never want to be the guy who's out this much in front to begin this long of a race, though. Like, I'm leading the pack. We got a whole track to run. I'd rather be where your guy
this
is.
is a long
Dead
race.
last.
Yeah. I didn't realize it was this long of a race. Is there
It's
any
a
way to
long
see-
track.
Is there any way to see in the app how long the race is or what kind of race it is? You just have to kind of
third at the inside.
hope and pray.
American Frolic is now
I don't know.
followed by 80s Mineshaft and special events.
So I'm 9-1. The 6 horse is chasing Valedictorian. He's 20-1, and the favorite is now 1-5. He's coming up in third, and he's got the rail.
Yeah, I'm 14-1. And probably for a good reason.
Oh, look at the 2 make a move!
Oh shit.
Did you see that?
Get you.
Dude, he's setting the pick and roll for my guy Valedictorian. All right, we're getting towards Hell's Corner. This is big. The 20-1 horse is still here in second place on our outside. I need him to fall apart. If you have a 20-1 even come close to testing me at 9-1 right now, I'm going to be totally pissed. But 1-5, got a lot of work to do. You're in dead last.
It's tight pack though. It's tight pack.
Packed field.
I just gotta get to the third. I gotta move up 3 spots. That's it.
Come on, Valedictorian. We're around. I've had the lead this entire race. Come on, make a huge fucking move. Go, finish the job. He's getting tested. The 4 is coming. The 1-5. Come on, finish the job, Valedictorian. Finish the job. Finish the job. Finish the job. Yeah. Yes, sir. Woo. Oh, man. What a victory. I bet him to win 11 fucking dollars. 5-1. Pretty solid.
Pretty good. Pretty good. I came in 4th. I was one. I bet the show. I was 1 away, but you know, you win some, you lose some. We're on a hot streak as a show. I think was that 3 shows in a row
that we've had a winner. Yeah. It is. It's been alternating. Yeah. Because you won your like first one on your own last week.
Yeah.
Which is good. That was a nice one. That's a crisp 5-1 to win bet. Like there's nothing. That's what brings you back. So now all of a sudden, I put $50 in my account this morning. I'm back up.
There you go. That's all it takes. It just takes one
bet to rule them all. Fuck yeah. All right. Let's go to our second segment here. It was all dream. So I dreamt up a storm this past week, but especially last night. Do you have any dreams?
No, nothing of note. Nothing notable.
So this one happened like last Monday. So I don't remember much of it, but we were going to like a vacation house. It was like going to be a party house, right? Big, like 40 people are going to be there. So David Spade is driving me and like 6 people in like an Escalade to the house. Like we're like, this is a big deal. Like this is
you've made it with David Spade, your driver.
We're like, this is a big. We're going to like a legitimate party here, right? Like the whole SNL cast or something is going to be there.
Yeah.
So we're driving. Like most of it is we're driving to this place, and I'm just sitting here thinking about all that stuff. And as we're getting to the house, David Spade starts getting a little reckless and wild with the steering wheel of this gigantic van or Escalade that he's driving. And as he's turning left into the driveway, the car flips. And then we're upside down. And we're just like, fuck, like this is an Airbnb or something like that. Like we can't, like we're damaging property. Like we just had to like forget this ever happened. Even though it's just going to sit there while we go in and party. Like somebody's going to see an upside down car.
You guys just crawl out of the car and walk into the party.
So that's a good call. So as we're trying to like crawl out, because we're not like dangling by seatbelts, the car is just upside down. We're laying on like the backs of seats, basically. It's not that bad.
Okay.
So as everybody's crawling out, I just get real tired. And I'm just like, I'll meet you in there. I'm going to take a nap. Like right here. And it was one of those naps that turns into a sleep. So like I bundled up, it was kind of cold, and because the car was upside down, it was more comfortable for some reason. So I just snuggled up and I just fell asleep and missed the entire party. I woke up to the day after, and there was somebody like trying to wake me up outside the car, and it was the owners of the house that we were partying at, just like, what the fuck have you done? What is going on here? And I was just like, I didn't do anything. I was just sleeping here. Like I was just, so then they thought that I was the one who flipped the car and was sleeping in the driveway. And I ended up waking up, but it was, that was a weird one. And then last night, I had a dream where I made a wrong exit decision on the highway. And I'm going down. I'm like, fuck, I can't believe I made the wrong fucking turn here. So I stop off at this place. It's like diner land. There's like 15 diners. It's shaped. It's like a mall. You go into the mall and every store is a different diner. Like breakfast.
Sounds like Andrew Mackenzie's heaven.
Yeah, pretty much would be. It was awesome. And I'm like trying to figure out, like, do these all these places serve breakfast? Like, are these all like diners, or like, cause I'm looking, some people are just like hamburger places. I'm like, where's like the diners? And then I realized, like, no, like it's the morning. We serve all day, but like we serve bacon and eggs at all these places. These are all true diners. And the guy was telling me this. I'm just like, yeah, like he was saying this and that. We were talking about McCormick. And I was just like, it ended up being like a sales call. I was like, here's my card. Like, yo, we could totally work out in this diner stuff. Like, we got to get some stuff in here. And he was like, absolutely, here, come into my diner. So we go to his specific diner. It was like diner number 6, and we sit down, and it's me and my brothers are there, and he's there. And then his daughter comes, and his daughter sits down. His daughter whips these eyes at me like she's really into me. And I'm just like, oh boy, here we go again. And then he leaves, and we're looking at the menu trying to figure out what we're going to order. And she's just staring at me. I could feel her grilling me, even though I'm not looking at her. And then they were saying what they're going to order. And I just was committed to bacon and eggs this entire time. Like, couldn't wait. I'm going to look at the menu just to like, schmooze the new customer, but like I'm getting bacon and eggs, calling it safe. I woke up before the waiter or waitress could come and take the order. Yeah, but I did make bacon and eggs this morning. So
you have to at that point.
I was so excited to make bacon and eggs. I was going to go to the diner. I wanted to go to a diner so bad this morning. I was too hungover to go by myself. I would have been rattled. But yeah, so a lot of good stuff going on up in the brain.
Yeah.
These dreams, nothing too bad. All just weird adventures. But all right, let's go to segment number 3 here, which is a bringing it back. All right. So what are you bringing back, Tones?
So let me ask you real quick. Did you go to like a Catholic grammar school?
I went to Catholic high school, but public elementary and middle school.
Okay. Because I don't know if you had this in high school, but when I was, in grammar school, we had every first Friday of the month was a half day.
Oh.
Yeah. So I want some half days back. Remember the half days?
Oh, yeah.
You get out by like 11:30, 12, and you just got the whole day ahead of you.
It's incredible. Yeah. Go play with your friends, go ride bikes, go play baseball.
Yeah. Like imagine like every Friday, or not every Friday, like once a month they had a Friday. It's like, all right, you guys can head out at like 11.
Tones, I hate to break it to you. This exists, and most companies nowadays, you just happen to work at Restaurant Depot. Like we have a thing called summer hours, where if you pretty much like on paper you're supposed to work your 40 hours before Friday, but it's just a half day on Friday for everybody from like May until September.
Well, I want half days, okay. I want half days.
Why don't you start with a weekend, bud?
Yeah, let's start with that, and then we'll work our way to half days, and maybe working from home every once in a while. Yeah, it's a work in progress.
Yeah. You wish you had my job, don't you? That's great. I get to work from home. I take half day Fridays all the time. I get weekends.
I wish I had any other job.
Yeah,
anything.
But yeah, half day Fridays all the time. Like I would totally agree with that.
Yeah,
totally. But all right, I'm bringing back whoever smelt it dealt it. Mm-hmm. But like automatic, like how it was when we were kids. Like if you just like somebody fart, like that must be you. Yeah, like, that's just how it is by law. Because if you do it and somebody smells it and dealt it, like or says something about it, they dealt it.
Yeah. I mean, that's a tricky game, too, because like you smell it, like you smell it, but like I can't say anything.
What do you think the odds are actually of like ripping a fart and being the one who like says something about it, like trying to like genuinely pin it on somebody else? Like usually the guy who's like says who farted did not fart, but like it's the game. You cannot call out a fart and not assume blame.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
everybody has to sit and live with the fart.
Like one thing you could do, which has been done, is like if you fart and you're just like, "Oh, Tom farted. You smell that?" Like you just pin it on, you just throw the blame right away. Like that's
no, I didn't. Yes, you did.
But yeah, if you call it out, that's the thing is you can't call it out then.
Yeah, you can't be sitting here in quiet and just like somebody fart, and people who are just sitting there just like completely unaware of the situation, like that must have been you.
Yeah.
If you smelt it, you dealt it.
Yeah, it's law.
Exactly, it's law. What I want. Oh man, but yeah, it's just I was never the guy who like would fart and it got so bad where I just be like, anybody smell that? Like, yeah, did somebody fart? Like, yeah, you got to like in those times, it's got to be like innocent until proven guilty. Like whoever smelled the
Yeah.
dope.
And that's the great thing is like you can't prove it. Like if someone says it's huge, so you have no proof.
There's no way. What are you gonna do? Get like a DNA sample out of a fart?
Yeah. No.
You know? I'm just gonna collect some of this fart and bring it to the lab and figure out who did it.
Get like a jar and just like swing it through the air and like lock it up, put the top on real quick. Bring it to the lab.
We'll get to the bottom of this. But yeah, whoever smelled it dealt it. All right. Segment number 4. We're doing some classics here. We're playing the hits. We got to literally. All right. So what are we taking literally here?
So stop me if I've done this before. I might have, but I have more if I need to. Explosive diarrhea.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so just imagine every time you have explosive diarrhea, you pop a squat in the toilet and just
an IED. The diarrhea IED.
You just like hit the ceiling, you come back down, shit everywhere.
You lose an arm. Get a Purple Heart.
Lose half your ass. Yeah, it's not great. It's not great. Yeah, that would be tough because I mean, people say like, "Oh yeah, I had explosive diarrhea." I mean, people don't really say that a lot, but like when they do say it, it's just like, "Well, did you really?
Did it explode? Like, do you know what an explosion is? Like,
did you have to buy a new toilet?" Like I'm just picturing like if someone, people like drop cherry bombs in toilets, that kind of thing. That's what I'm picturing. The toilet just explodes and you go flying and there's water and shit everywhere.
I'm thinking of that war device where you had to drop the rocket in, turn around, and cover your ears.
Oh, like the mortar.
The mortar? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. What are you looking at? Are you frozen? What are you staring at?
You were frozen, or one of us was frozen. I don't know, but
just iron down.
See that'd be different though, because that's like if you drop like a log and you wait for it to hit and then explode. Like, this is explosive diarrhea, so it's just like an explosion. It's like an explosion coming right out of your ass.
The process of the diarrhea is explosive, so yeah, it's got to launch you off the toilet, basically.
It's almost like imagine like if your diarrhea just like spraying is like napalm, just like dropping down, like
yeah,
kind of like explosive napalm.
What do you think would be? Nah, yeah, stupid question. Like, what do you think is worse? What do you think's worse? Like if you're in Vietnam and they're dropping napalm, do you think diarrhea is worse than napalm?
If they drop diarrhea instead?
Yeah, nah, diarrhea is totally better.
Yeah, I mean, you're covered in shit, but at least you're not on fire.
Yeah, that's true. Stupid question. I said it before I asked it, so I'm good. I'm bringing back, literally, I'm sorry, because I was going to make this my bringing it back. The cat's pajamas. Calling somebody you can bring it back too, but like literally when you're calling somebody the cat's pajamas, like what the fuck are you talking about? What? The cat's pajamas? Why would that be cool? What cats wear pajamas?
They don't even wear clothes.
They're cats.
Yeah.
It's not like it's time to go to bed. Let's put on your PJs. No.
Yeah, and to bring it back a little bit, who actually wears pajamas? Like I don't I just wear boxers and like a wife beater. That's what I wear to bed.
Hand up. I wear pajamas in the wintertime because I can't afford the heat in this goddamn place. So what I do is I have to turn everything off. So my apartment, when it's cold, gets to be about like, I don't know, 52 degrees at night. So I have to wear like 3 layers of socks, pajama pants, and then like t-shirt with long sleeves and a sweatshirt with a hood. And then the blankets. That's me during these times.
Well, see, I'm talking like it's different if you wear like pajama pants. I'm talking about like, like the matching pajamas. Like people wear like the silk like pajama bottoms or like the pajama top that like match. Like that's what I'm talking. I'm talking like pajama pants are fine, but like I'm just a really hot sleeper. Like if I wear anything other than like boxers and a wife beater, I'm sweating through everything.
Yeah,
I sleep with the fan on year round.
Yeah, well, I do that too.
So you're cold and then you still sleep with the fan on?
Yeah, just in case it gets too hot under there and I can get my face in the fan and like that will cool it down, Yeah. I guess that's just me being like a homeless person with a house.
I'm homeless, I just happen to have a house.
Yeah, I can't use the heat, man. My bills, I pay Bill Gates level gas bills. Tell the crowd what my gas bill is this month.
I don't remember. You gotta remind me. I remember it was a lot.
$505.
And that's without using the heat?
That was using the heat. It was 6 degrees on average for like 6 straight days.
Sure. Yeah. You have to use the heat at that.
It was cold. It was freezing. What am I supposed to do? But like this house is as old as Edgar Allan Poe. So it's just like, I don't think they've replaced the furnace since Edgar Allan Poe.
It was
1800s.
Yeah, that was Edgar Allan Poe's house. That's why you have all the demon dreams, because he's just like,
Well, his house is nearby, not this house, of course.
Okay.
But his house is actually very close to where I live, and it looks exact. It's the same exact layout as this house, like a 2-bedroom bullshit place that costs too much money, and like you have a $500 gas bill. When I go to the landlord, I'm just like, this is like, can you lower the rent? I'm paying double rent here with your damn furnace, but they're like, no, and I don't feel like moving because moving is a pain in the ass, like pain in the ass.
Yeah.
I should, but I won't.
that's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
People are just move. I'm just like, what do you mean just move? You know, I have to fucking like pack everything up, clean, like it's just, I don't want to do that. And but anyway, cat's pajamas. Yeah. I wear cat's pajamas to sleep. All right. So segment number 5 here, Ask a Gay. What would you like to know about the gays?
So, what are some fetishes that are pretty common, but like straight people might not know about?
I hate to do this to you.
What?
It's called sounding.
Whoa, okay, I'm listening.
It's like, you know, like you take a little camera and you put it down your pee hole.
What?
And then like
you're like, oh yeah, it's called sounding. I'm like, what's that? And you're like, yeah, you know, when you take a camera and shove it up your pee hole.
Listen,
like, no, what does that
I
mean?
have the same exact reaction to you, but it's just there. I mean, like, because fetish stuff, I don't know how it is for straight porn. All of it, no matter what, will end up on just front pages of porn sites, whether it be pee or feet or fucking sounding or fisting. That's another thing that's like, oh my God.
Fisting, that happens on both sides.
Yeah.
I feel like it's easier for a girl. Like, I feel like the vagina has more flexibility.
Ass fisting is something because you gotta like move bones around to fist an ass. Like,
yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's. I mean, hold on, let's get back to sounding. Why?
I don't know. I have no answer for that question.
Like, why do you want to see what's inside of the dick?
I don't know, but a lot of these fetish, like amateur porn, gay porn guys, they like, you'll be going through their videos. They have normal like stuff, but then like, you know, they have a crowd, they have an audience, and I guess it just gets requested, and some of them do it. And like, I don't see it, but I just see the thumbnail GIF where it kind of just shows you like what you're gonna click, like, you know, and I'll accidentally scroll over it, and it will show me what's going on. And I have to like literally turn away. Like,
just
but
the iPad across the room.
They just like put a camera down there, and you just like go inside their dick. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, I think I would rather die than like find out I have dick cancer if it meant like I have to do that procedure to find out. I'll just like, no, you know what? If I have dick cancer, I'll have dick cancer. Let's just play it out and see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, like, because I know they have kind of the same thing with like I guess like up the vagina or like up the ass, like
different.
Yeah, different. No, definitely different. But it's like even that, I don't get why you'd want to see inside. Like, I don't have any interest of seeing the insides of you.
That fetish, I think, is specific. There's a lot of like fat old people who just like lived in a time where you couldn't be gay, and now they just live alone and they just have a computer, and all they do is watch porn, and they're disgusting, so they'll never have sex. So you just watch so much porn all the time that it gets to like, I want to see that because I've never seen it. I think that's probably what it is.
Probably starts off as like a morbid curiosity. You're like,
Yeah, it's got to be a morbid curiosity. You're probably fucking into terrible shit if you're into that.
Yeah, it's God. Why did I even ask that question?
There was one video I was watching. Like, there's this, like, you know how there's verified amateur girls where you can watch them like masturbate.
Yeah,
there's that for guys too. So there's one guy I like to watch. He doesn't really do anything totally like weird at all, and just normal, awesome stuff. And the latest video, he's in a bathtub and he pisses on his feet in the bathtub before he starts anything. And I'm just like, oh, let's hightail it back to the front page, boys. Like, what?
That athlete's foot. You piss on your feet. That's what I heard.
Moises Malou used to piss on his hands to get like drier hands. So did Posada.
Yeah.
That way you don't have to use batting gloves.
Yeah, toughen up your hands, callous them.
But some people just wanted to see this guy piss on his feet. Like, that is fucking weird.
Imagine like requesting that and like a
That's my point. That's got to be the sounding people. Piss on your feet. Like, I don't have to go. I wanted to go drink a whole bunch of water and do that. Like, what a mess.
Yeah. Hold on, BRB.
Yeah.
One chug of water. Yeah,
I bet you that's definitely something in the women's world too. There's always similar requests.
no, there's
for-
always like piss stuff going on. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like super common, but it's definitely out there.
Yeah, the title of the video is just like, he jerks off in the bathtub. I'm like, all right, let's see his most recent project here. And then yeah, that was the opening scene.
So hold on. Did he it was like a full bathtub, but he was like taking a bath, or he was
No.
just standing in the bathtub?
Empty bathtub.
Okay, he just peed on his feet. Because it'd be worse if he was like laying in a bath.
Pissing in the bath water. No, yeah, it was totally empty tub.
Yeah, okay.
So I hightailed it out of there.
Is there anything else less scarring that any other fetishes, or is that like
Gaping assholes.
well, that's a thing on our side of the fence too.
Yeah.
Again, not a fan of that either.
No, I don't know how anybody could be. Oof. What was the one I was just about to say? Fuck, I lost it. It had to do with gaping assholes.
Prolapse.
Well, I have only seen that one or two times on front pages before, and it's terrifying enough to have you run away from your iPad.
I stay away. I that stuff freaks.
That's when your asshole falls out, right?
Yeah, it just falls. They call it a pink sock. It just
yeah, I don't. Yeah, oof. Let's get out of here. I don't know. Is that your question?
Yeah, I was just kind of
Well, I think I just answered it.
Yeah.
Got it down this rabbit hole. I'm sorry.
You more than answer.
Let me give you a real answer. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah. I mean, sometimes I wonder in here, not like because of what it is, but because of like who the teen or twink, as we call it, actor is. But some like daddy stuff where like it's the older fat guy paying for it. But like I don't even notice him. Probably the same way you don't even notice the dude in straight sex.
Yeah, no, I mean, they have those like, mom son videos or whatever, and like I've watched them before, but I'm not like, oh, mom son, let's watch that. Like I just like the MILF in it, I'm like, shit, I want to see that. I just try to skip through the story part and get to like the action, but it's like, it's there. Like if it's a good scene with like a weird fucking story, like listen, I've got past worse to jerk off. Like I could deal with bypassing that weird story.
Yeah. But you know what? If you get yourself a good story in any porno, just to wrap it up, there is like nothing better.
That definitely helps. So there's some videos where like I'll sit there and I'll watch like the full like 5-minute story leading up to it, and then I'll just like kind of like skim through the rest.
What I do. I skip the blowjob to them taking their clothes off completely, and then like those 69, I'll watch a little bit of that, and then like get through, then fast forward through that, and then they start banging, and then like figure my way out from that point. Yeah. Blowjobs are so like I don't know. I think we talked about this. I think they're a waste of time in pornos.
If it's a good blowjob, I'm with it. But if it's like if you tell that like they don't really know what they're doing or they're just not very good at it, like
they just like they do it for like it's like an average of 5 minutes per porno. It's just too long.
No, yeah, I agree. It does go on a little bit long. But again, if it's a good one, like I'll watch a straight blowjob scene if it's a good one. I got no problem with that if it's like a deep throat kind of thing.
I don't think I've ever done that.
Really?
I've never like gone out of my way to just watch a blowjob video with nothing else. There has to be penetration or else I'm out.
There's certain actresses that like just know their way around the dick. And it's it's like an art form to watch, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's get out of here because this is it's getting disgusting. All right, let's go to our 6th segment here, which is a Let There Be Rock. And you had to listen to Disposable Heroes by Metallica off the Master of Puppets record, which I told you is probably a top 5 Metallica song of all time. And I'm very excited to hear your fucking take on this song.
Yeah, no, I mean, I enjoyed this song. I think I had heard this before, but I didn't really remember it. Obviously, this song speaks on it critiques the military-industrial complex, if you will.
So explain to the people at home, Bomb Squad, what exactly you mean by that in terms of you're explaining to a 5th grader.
Okay. So basically this song just kind of talks about the soldiers that go overseas and fight in wars and how basically they're just expendable.
Yeah.
It's like we take these young kids and we tell them how important it is to be a soldier, how it's, an honor to die for your country and all this stuff. And we send them over there. And once they see the real fucking grisliness of battle, it's like, oh, you're over there now. Like, just go do what I say. Back to the front. Back to the front.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like once they die, it's like, oh, okay, whatever. We got more.
Yep.
You know, it's it's fucked up. And it just shows how, like, it's not so much like this anymore. I think people have wised up. We've learned enough about our past wars, and there's nothing.
Yeah, we'll never have a draft again. Like, that just won't.
Well, we might.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, hopefully not. But it just kind of shows like how they would almost brainwash these kids.
Yeah.
Like, there's one line, you're more of a man, or more man the more stripes you wear.
Yep.
So it's just like, if you've done it longer and you've killed more people and you've seen more shit, like, you're more of a man.
More of a man. Yep.
It doesn't really make you more of a man. It just means you've seen some shit.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. And this one was in the chorus. I got another quote. 21, only son, but he served us well.
Isn't that deep?
Yeah, it's like this. He's like 21. Like, think about like what we were doing when we were 21.
I was having a blast.
We were dicking around, right? And he was an only son. So think about the parents.
Yeah, right.
He went over there to fight this war. He served us well. What does that do for the parents? What does that do for the mother? Nothing.
Nope. That's the propaganda wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it goes on to, finished here, greeting death. He's yours to take away. All right, he served his purpose. We're finished here. Death, come take him. We don't need him anymore.
Yep, he served his purpose. We're in a war. Thanks.
He charged that hill. He took that machine gun nest. You can have him now. We don't need him anymore.
Yep. And by any chance, did you happen to write down the last verse?
No, those are the only quotes I have written down.
Here, bring it up real quick and read the very last stage of the song, because I want you to read it poetically, because I think that is where it really hits home. Because I was thinking of this song because I've always loved this song, but I just saw They Shall Not Grow Old, which is the World War I documentary that was recolorized. And it's just like, most of it is like about how if you're 14 years old, even though you had to be 18 to enlist, they would take anybody. And like, this was the whole storyline. Like, no, I want to go get some honor, die for honor. So you got it.
Are you talking about
The very last, like
the last like chorus, like Soldier Boy made of clay?
Yeah. Yep.
Now, okay. Soldier Boy made of clay.
Wait. No, after that or before that.
Okay.
Life.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Life planned out before my birth. Nothing could I say. Had no chance to see myself molded day by day. Looking back, I realize nothing have I done. Left to die with only friend. Alone, I clench my gun.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah. I was actually I was thinking of writing that down, but I was like, no, it's too long.
It's like you buy into all that crap and you get there and you sit there and you're about to die in battle and you're just like, I'm 21. Like, this is it. Like, I thought this was everything, but I never had a chance to actually have a life. And now I'm going to die alone here next to my gun, which is the only thing I have.
Yeah, no, it's, and for this, I picture like a World War I battle where you're just like hiding in the trench, like just mud and bullets and mustard gas raining down upon you. And you're just like, fuck, this is it.
Yeah.
This is how
then you're thinking like, holy shit, like I should be alive for another 40, 50 years.
Yeah. I should go meet my wife. I should go have some kids, grow old, let them have grandkids. Like, no, this is it.
Imagine that thought happens like all the time with soldiers. It's so,
it just the whole, I had no chance to see myself molded day by day. So from like the day they were born, they were like, do it for your country.
Day you're born. Are you going to join the army? You're going to help fight for your country. You're going to be an honorable man.
It's your duty.
And that. Yeah. And then you get there and it's like literally hell on earth. And it's like the most regrettable decision possible. Yeah.
I obviously have a lot of respect for what the military does. For anyone to actively enlist and serve, I have so much, because I would never do anything like that. I have so much respect for that. But just the idea of the military is just crazy how much they brainwash these, especially more back in the, like I said, now it's different. How much
it's way different now. Yeah. Cause I'm on bases all the time. Like a lot of, it's just like, not like this brainwashed, I'm here for honor. Like a lot of these guys just like, I want to do this job.
Yeah. And we're not in like world wars anymore and like crazy, huge.
Right. It was so different. Yeah.
No, it's definitely different then. But even I'm even thinking back in like, medieval ages when like you're like, oh, we must fight for our king. Like, why?
Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
our king wouldn't fight for us. Think this fat bastard is gonna go get off his fucking couch and go fight for us? And he convinces like you have to do it. It's like honorable. It's like fuck that. I want to go back to my farm and play with my goats.
Yeah, but then you get killed, by the king's men for being a coward.
That's the thing. He had these people brainwashed. They have him like.
That's why like it's I imagine like the Vietnam era, like if we were born where our parents were a little older, where like we were eligible for draft cards. Like imagine how stressful that was. I would have been happy about the propaganda because like if they didn't do that and they were doing the draft, then you would have known what you were going into. I'd rather have found out over there, I guess, than like before
you're
here.
gonna find out one way or another.
Yeah, it's gonna be terrible.
I think it'd be almost even worse if you're just like, oh, this is gonna be awesome. We're gonna go kill some gooks, and then all of a sudden you show up and
there is no war to win. That's what they realize. Like there's no like objective. Like it's not. It's like literally kill everybody.
Yeah.
Like until they tell us to stop. None of it made sense.
It's like first day you show up and your sergeant just gets like killed by a booby trap.
That's the thing. If you're gonna go to a battle for that, like you need a cause. Like if you're doing that war, it's like it's because Vietnam. If we don't win this war, America dies. Whereas like that was just a political ploy to. They thought they might have been starting communism. Like it didn't matter. Communism always fails. Just let Vietnam do whatever they do. It's not like they have any valuable imports for us. Like,
what is Vietnam have for? Yeah, there was no point. Like it's different in World War II. It's like, okay, the Germans are clearly bad guys. Stuff that they're doing. We got attacked by the Japanese. We have to defend ourselves. There's a cause behind that,
right?
And even with the wars we got going on now, I mean. Yeah, you could say 9/11, but maybe the initial war had to do with 9/11, but after that, it's just been like, oh, we got to go here next. We got to go here. Like, it's just kind of just moving chess pieces around the board to kind of fucking
maintain or something, or just like
whatever. I don't even know.
I think the whole point was just to scare them to death, like of America, to never do anything like that again, and it just didn't work.
If there's one thing I know about Arab people, and I don't know much about them, but they're very stubborn.
Oh yeah.
So if you go over there and you try to like say, oh, we're just
it's not like they have like a beautiful home to go back to. Most of them. Yeah. What else are they gonna do?
This is all we have. Just leave us our patch of dirt on this.
They read about World War I and they read about medieval time battles and Game of Thrones kind of stuff, and they're just like, we have to be those guys. Otherwise, we're just gonna be sitting here like with nothing, and it's terrible. And then they just brainwash people America style to go fucking be extreme and go destroy for no reason. Like you can't sit at like a terrorist who flew one of those planes and sit down and just be like, why exactly do you hate America so much? I mean, like the list of shit that they'd give you is so like out of your mind crazy that they would give you. You're just like, what are you talking about? You're a psycho. That's they would never get that.
Because your cheeseburgers are too big. That's why.
It's because you're so awesome and we're not, and it sucks, and I'm jealous. Is essentially what it gets boiled down to.
Yeah.
All right. So, shout out Metallica. A lot of people, and plus the guitar was pretty sweet, wasn't it?
It was nice.
That was a puppet song. Yeah, it was a heavy song.
I started like drinking a cup of coffee at the beginning of the song, and I finished by the end of the song. I was just like, just go.
Yep. But yep, shout out Metallica. That song's a masterpiece. Would you say it's a masterpiece?
Given the lyrics, I would say yes.
Yeah.
The actual song, like if you just listen to the song and don't pay
you're not going to get any of those lyrics. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's just like, it's cool, but it's not. But yeah, if you listen to the lyrics and what they're saying and how it goes with like the guitar, I would agree.
Awesome.
Masterpiece.
All right. So segment 7, I had to listen to a What's Good. So I had to listen to Baby Blue by Action Bronson. So you told me to watch the music video because it was a shout out pretty much to Coming to America. It was, big time mode. So it opens up with the barbershop scene from Coming to America when they're talking about Muhammad Ali and who was it? Joe Louis.
Yeah.
But they made it so he, I guess, made it to his time, and he was talking about Floyd Mayweather versus Pacquiao, rather.
Yeah, I love he's just like 1985. I was in Tampa, Florida, and Floyd Mayweather walks into McDonald's and orders 8,000 chicken nuggets. Now that's the champion.
The guy's just like, what are you looking for? He's like, I want to look like Michael Jackson. And then he cuts off like one piece of hair, and he's like, that would be $35. Is Action Bronson, because I know he's got his own food show, is he like respected at all, like from a grand point in the rap world?
I think he hasn't been rapping as much since he's gotten his TV shows and he's kind of branching off and doing other things. But I think he's just like respected, just like on the whole. Like overall.
You never see him in a diss track.
No, I've never heard anyone say they don't like anyone.
Like if somebody put a diss track off on this guy, that they'd be like an asshole.
Yeah, basically, no one would be behind them. I mean, it's just like he's just kind of like he's just a likable person. You know,
yeah.
He's not a dick. He's not like super aggressive. He's not gonna like go at people. Like he's just a good guy.
Yeah.
You know,
where's he from, by the way? Because I noticed he wears a lot of fucking Brooklyn stuff.
He's from Queens.
Queens. Okay.
Yeah. He's a big Knicks fan. He has to get like the Knicks hat in the thing.
Yeah.
In the video. But yeah, he's just like an all around like likable guy. There's nothing to really dislike about him. I mean, you know what plays into that is the fact that he's so fat.
Yeah.
It's just like you can't hate someone that's that fat.
Yeah. Fat. He's got a gross beard. He just like does not. He's like he does the Post Malone thing where he's just like I don't give a shit how I look, but he's still like super famous because like I mean if you do Post Malone is like the smelly poor kid in high school. You know if he doesn't have any of his fame, like that kid just smells like grease.
Yeah.
Same with Bronson here.
Yeah.
You know, you're just like, oh my God, look at this animal. I hope he doesn't have to sit next to me on the bus because it's going to smell like shit.
Yeah. But, you know what? One thing I've noticed about him is he never really wears pants. Like he always wears like shorts.
Shorts in the winter guy like Andy Reid.
Yeah. Yeah. Because he's just such a big guy. I'm guessing he can't find pants that fit him right.
Yeah.
I guess. But I mean, I respect it. Like you watch his like TV show, like Fuck That's Delicious. He's always wearing either basketball shorts or cargo shorts with like flip flops.
Yeah.
Like slide on.
Yeah. It's a fat guy move. You know, and they're just like, I don't get cold. They're just like, bullshit. It's just because if you put on pants, then your ass is going to make you look like a fucking martini. And you put on shorts, it's not as noticeable. And like, you know, because like, look at Frank the Tank Fleming. I love you, Frank. If we ever, he's not going to listen to this. He puts on jeans all the time. Yeah. What a mess.
Yeah.
What a disgusting mess.
He's got them like up under his nipples and like,
but they're still sagging all over the place and like his guts out and his ass is out. Like basketball shorts, like it's just nice band and like, you know, it doesn't get stretched all the way down by your legs.
Yeah.
But all right, so I have some lyrics written down here, mainly from the part where he's just dissing the girl that he's been rapping for, singing for this entire time.
Okay.
Pretty much classic song of how he really liked this girl and like she turned out to be like terrible.
Are you talking about the last guy, the Chance the Rapper that came on, the last verse, or are you talking about Action Bronson?
No, yeah, the last guy who came on.
Okay.
But he definitely didn't write these. These are Action Bronson lines. They gotta be.
Think so?
I mean, yeah. I hope you never get off Fridays and you work at Fridays. That's always busy on Fridays.
I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
You don't get off on Fridays and work at the restaurant Fridays. That's always very busy on the day, Friday.
Yeah.
I hope it's Ben and Socrates poop all up in your kitchen.
I've listened to the song for years and I still have no idea what that lyric is. What is it?
I hope it's Ben and Socrates. I said Socrates just because of shout out Bill and Ted. I hope it's Ben and Socrates poop all up in your kitchen.
I still don't know what that means.
I don't either.
Like you hope that Socrates just comes and poops in your kitchen? Like what does that mean?
That's how it reads. I hope your dreams dry like raisins in the baking sun. I hope your titties all saggy in your early 20s.
Yeah, that's not a good look.
No, it's not. It's gross.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, so I like his style. He's got a good voice, you know. He could sing a little bit. I don't know how much of it is auto-tune. I don't know if you like see him live and you're gonna be like,
yeah, I mean, it doesn't sound like auto-tune. Maybe they tweak it a little bit, you know, just to make it not pitchy or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, he's just like he's got a decent voice. And he just he doesn't take himself too seriously, which I like.
No, he's great. And he did that, you know, there's always a great way, like when you do a pizza review for Barstool with Dave, like that's ultimate test, you know, and he did one and he was hilarious on it. Like genuinely not a dick, just like hilarious. And he's just like, it's a 10. Yeah. That's what it's all about.
Have you ever watched his like any of his shows?
Show? No.
No. Well, he's got the food show. You never watched the Ancient Alien one?
No.
That one was hilarious. Him and all of his friends, they just sit around smoking weed, watching Ancient Aliens. It's probably the trippiest, funniest show you ever watch.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. But like we always discuss, it takes a mountain to get me to watch a TV show. And
Yeah.
and once my brain is just like, hey, let's watch the Bronson Johnson or whatever his name is. What's his name? Bronson.
Action Bronson.
Action Bronson. I'm just like, why don't we just watch Thrones instead? And then
Yeah,
my brain's just like, oh yeah, it's the smart choice. That's the economically safe one. We'll do that. But speaking of Thrones, we're gonna get to our segment 8 here to wrap up the show, which is Bingeaholics Anonymous. I gotta piss. BRB. We'll finish up the show.
Why you always on my back?
Shout out the Heat. Oh fuck, the Heat's on. Yes. Oh. Fill that to the brim. I forgot I turned my heat on this morning because it was 52 degrees when I woke up.
Yeah.
I was supposed to turn it off at noon. God. All right. You ready to start?
Yeah.
All right. So, real quick update with Game of Thrones before we jump into True Detective. So, last night, a lot of stuff happened. I am in season 5 episode. I have 9 and 10 to go. So, I stopped after 8. I went to bed early last night because I accidentally got drunk too quick. And so, Cersei got taken prisoner. All right. So, she's captive.
Yeah.
And I already know about the Shane Bell. So, I know that's going to happen. Sucks. But
I don't know if you noticed this, but the TNT punishment challenge, that's the shame that I put
I know.
Okay.
That was my idea because they used to do it on Howard Stern all the time. And I mean, Thrones is so impossible to not hear about is what I told you too. I know the spoiler that's recent. I found this out a couple days ago. I was scrolling through Twitter. And I just see this fucking picture of fucking Jon Snow and Khaleesi standing like right next to each other. Like they're in love or something. And I was just like, God damn it. Like, I can't even open up social media. Like I have to finish this before I even open Twitter again.
Yeah.
But so she's in jail. What else? So the White Walkers, so the wildlings were just about to join the Wall, the Night's Watch, even though, they hate crows, obviously. They convinced him because everybody agrees you can't beat the White Walkers, just as individuals. You have to get as many people as possible. And as they're about to take their boats over to the Wall and get everybody over north of the Wall, fucking walkers show up, dude.
Yeah.
And they are scary good at fighting. And everybody that they killed, it ended the episode where he's just looking at Jon Snow going off on the boat, and he just raises his arms and raises the dead, and his army just gets that much bigger.
Yeah. It's crazy because you see, like, first of all, how many of them there are and how quick they just run through everybody. And you're like, oh shit, like, look at all those people that just lost it. They could have used to fight later. Then all of a sudden, when he just raises them up instantly, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like,
that's how, it's a disease. It's zombies.
Yeah, basically it's zombies. So the thing with the White Walkers, I don't know if they really went into this yet. I don't know if they even like fully go into it on the show, but like if so there's a difference, right? The White Walkers are like the general guys, right? The ones who aren't like skeletons. They're like, they're just like white and they walk and they ride the horses and stuff.
They look like demons.
Yeah, like ice demons. So those guys are the ones that control everything, right? And they raise the dead bodies from the dead, add them to the army, and then if one of those guys raises them, then he controls them.
Oh.
So it's like,
you're always fighting somebody with a crazy good mind for battle.
Right. Yeah. So like I guess they'll have them doing maneuvers and whatever.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah. I didn't know that, but that makes sense why every like firm White Walker, not talking about just skeletons that you can kind of just deal with.
Yeah.
Even though they're annoying.
The skeletons, they're called whites.
Ooh, they're called racist.
Whites. Yeah. Problematic. So they're the whites, and then the White Walkers are the actual like generals.
Okay.
The guys that control everything.
And they're just sitting up on the mountain. They're not in the battle. Like a lot of them are just sitting and watching.
Yeah.
Which is so badass because they're just looking up at these guys just standing there, just like, what are those? And they're not even moving. They're just staring down.
Yeah.
I thought they were just classic generals for an army, but yeah. All right. So they're controlling the minds of a lot of the people who are not skeletons, the whites.
You know what it's like? You ever play like Age of Empires back in the day?
No, but I know what it is.
Yeah. So it's like, you're just kind of controlling your army. You move there, you move that, you attack there. Like that's what they're doing.
Oh man. So that's good to know. So that's where I am. So I don't know. I still like my game one theory that the Walkers win it all. We'll see. And but yeah, hell of a show. I'm trying to milk it as much as I can. Like I'm gonna take today off from watching it, and then I'll probably finish up 9 and 10 tomorrow, and then be on to season 6 out of 7, and I'll be right there with everybody way earlier than I thought. I just really want to push off the drought of no Thrones.
Yeah.
I want it to be like I finish on the Friday before the Sunday debut of Thrones. It's not going to happen. It's so far off.
Unless you take like multiple weeks off, it's not going to happen.
It's not. Well, I'm taking all this week off because I have to go to Oklahoma City
from
Monday until Thursday. But yeah. So this week will actually be pretty solid, and Thrones does a great job of recapping the prior episode before you're about to jump into a new one.
That's the thing. It's like they'll like recap something from like season 1 that's like important.
What's important? Yeah.
And
then it's just a whole bunch of stuff where it's like, oh yeah, I remember that. Remember that. And then you jump right in.
Yeah.
It's great. So True Detective. So we had a dual release before the Super Bowl. So I kind of like, some shit happened here, there. They got their suspects, but I think the main spark notes, I guess, the plot summary of these two together is that shit went down, and there's 3 different periods of time it's being told, this story. So it's present, mid-present, I guess, like mid-future, where it's like the 90s, and the case took place in 1981, and then it's them when they're really old.
Yeah.
And they've decided now where everything's come to them being their old age now, and they're just like, you want to finish this thing? He's like, hell yeah. And now we're going to move forward with these 2 old guys going to crack the case that they couldn't solve in 1981.
Yeah. So a couple of things happened this episode. One, we finally got to see the fight, how the cliffhanger from the last episode.
The Indian guy with the go-karts.
Yeah, he killed everybody. He just blowing people up, booby traps,
and he didn't do it because he did this murder. He did it because he's just tired of.
Yeah, I mean, like it started out of self-defense. Like he was being chased by a bunch of rednecks.
Yeah, but he had it planned out. He instigated them like to come to his house, but I think it's because he's just like, you know what? Like, yeah, I'm a bum who rides around in a go-kart and collects scrap metal. Like you're still discriminating, I'm trying to make a living. And they wouldn't let him go. They're like, if I ever see you in this town again, boy, kids, I'm going to kill you. And like, they're messing with the wrong veteran.
Yeah. So yeah, that was kind of crazy, but then they ended up just pinning it on him after he died. Like couldn't defend himself, couldn't get a lawyer or anything. They were just like, yeah, it was him. He did it.
Yeah.
And another thing that came out is because they found the boy's backpack, and they found like a burnt shirt of the girl, but some other evidence came out to say that in the 1990 storyline,
when it got reopened.
Yeah, when it got reopened, they found out that it was planted.
Right.
Because they found the book bag like under the front porch where the bomb went off, but the book bag was totally unaffected. It was like a brand new book bag. So like, well, that doesn't make sense. Half the house blew up, and the backpack's fine. You know, so like that, they're like, huh, that doesn't make sense.
See, it was easy to just end the case and just be like, it was the bum with the go-kart who did it. Everybody believes that. We'll move on.
Yeah, exactly. Another thing is, so they find the girls in the 1990 storyline. They find the girl's fingerprints in the pharmacy, and then they find the video of her, and they put out, I have a hotline. Like, if you know anything about her, give us a call. And then she actually calls the hotline,
right?
And
she says, "Don't come looking for me. Just leave me alone."
Yeah, she's talking all kinds of crazy. She's like, that man on TV who's pretending to be my father, tell him to stop looking for me. Like, I'm with like my real people kind of thing. So whoever she's with has brainwashed her.
Yep. 100%.
She thinks that the people, whoever took her, is her real family. And she thinks that her father stole the brother from them, or the fake father stole the brother, even though these people killed the brother. So it's looking to be some kind of cult. That's what I'm guessing. Some kind of.
But what kind of cult? Is it satanic? Is it like kid like molesting?
Yeah, that's what.
Is it both?
That's what we're going to find out. I don't know, but it's intriguing. For me, like let's say True Detective was a 10, right? The first season was a 10.
Yeah.
This one I think is shaping up to be like an 8.5.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Which is because there's been a lot of these middle episodes have been kind of slow,
not as entertaining as like what you would consider the slow episodes of season 1.
Right, exactly. Like there's still like cool, like exciting parts in these episodes, but the middle, the fillers, it's leaving me wanting a little bit more.
I thought, you know why? Because the acting of Matthew McConaughey in season 1 as like his oldest present self.
Yeah.
Like just like kind of running you through what everything was doing before doing the flashback of what was going on, like was perfect. Where this was kind of, it's sort of, not really, but it's sort of forced to trying to be like the first season, but it's just not as like, they're trying, but like the first one was like some demon shit. Like what was his name? The Yellow King.
Yeah, the Yellow King. Yeah.
Like, and then like that scene where at the end of whatever episode, that guy with the tighty whities and the fucking Walter White gas mask walking out, my heart like dropped. I was like, oh no, God. And like, it was scary because like, he's like killing and raping kids back there. It's a terrifying plot. And like this one's trying to be that, but nothing will ever be that first.
No.
And I will say this too, while we're on it, I love Thrones, Breaking Bad too. More than anything, that season of True Detective was the best television I've ever seen.
Yeah,
straight up.
I've said that. I mean, I've said I rank my best single seasons of TV. I think, in no particular order: the last season of Thrones, last season of Breaking Bad, and then True Detective.
First season of True Detective.
Yeah.
I think True Detective was the best of all of them.
I'm not going to argue with you there. I mean, it's personal preference, and that's again, in my top 3, it's right up there.
Yeah.
Where exactly, I don't know, but it's up there.
Yeah. And first season of Trailer Park Boys too, with Cyrus. But yeah, so we're building a mystery. We'll play it at the end of the show. We're gonna head into our Monday, our Tuesday, and our Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. That's the show. So listen, I'm looking at my account for TVG right now. Guess how much is in there? $107.10.
And you put 50.
We went into that with I had $11 in my account. I bet all of it, and now I have 107.
And you put 50 in this morning?
50 in this morning, so I'm up 57.10.
It's a nice ROI.
It's a good day. That's a great day.
Yeah, you should just stop it right there.
And I have my cap at 100, so I'm going to put $100 into the bank and have $7.10 left that I'll probably put on a race after we get off here and see what happens. That's how you got to do it, or else you always give it back. That's where gambling addiction comes from. It's smart. You got to find out how much you want to win. Once you get that, put it into the bank account, and then just whatever's left, even if it's $1, just do a little like $1 bet on a 99 horse to 1, to show up, whatever. But all right, so you got any post show thoughts there, Tons?
No, man.
Good. All right. Well, Bomb Squad, have a great week. We will talk to you soon, and have a good one.